Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I am going to be talking about 29 degrees Aries. This will be the first of a series I'm going to do on the zodiac signs and the 29th degree. The first one, of course, this one will be 29 degrees Aries, followed by 29 degrees Taurus until I get through all 12 zodiac signs at the 29th degree. Now, as far as 29 degrees Aries goes, well, 29 degrees in astrology can be a degree of upheaval and crisis. And the Aries, in Aries, the person may feel like he or she may be fighting a continual or perpetual battle with others. They may simply go through one battle after another with people. This could give one where they have a lot of situations with others that are very contentious. There could be one confrontation and quarrel after another. And as far as, Sabian symbols go, well, the demeanor may be somewhat egocentric. It can be, this can be a person that has their own interests where they take such strong precedence over others. And it could be where the egocentric nature may alienate those close to him or her, and consequently, little assistance may be given to the person in their own times of adversity, tribulation, and sorrow. Now, this could also be where this person might have very distorted negative views of others, or making distorted negative or derogatory statements about others. This could be something too where when I look at this, is that this could be, when you look at 29 degrees of a sign, it could represent the full culmination of an energy of the sign. In 29 degrees Aries, this could give very enlarged and inflated Aries characteristics, which of course may make a person may be rather very acerbic, even volatile, or very combative and confrontational, sometimes even warmongering. But at the same time, on the positive side, it could give very strong fearless and courageous qualities, very strong leadership and pioneering energy. This could be someone, too, that may start many projects simultaneously, but may not have many completed. This could be a person that could be supremely active and energetic, and the nature may be exceptionally outspoken and met with many angry outbursts. But looking at this as well, this could be someone too that might have a very strong propensity toward very audacious acts that many others may not even attempt to try. Not saying the person is necessarily going to tightrope over the Grand Canyon without netting, but maybe not far behind that in terms of the daring element or aspect of what this things that this person may attempt to do. It could also give a very exceptional, impatient, and impetuous nature as well. This could be a person that may go through, perhaps many fluctuations at leadership positions, many changes, leaving one position and perhaps going to another one. And if this is in the sun in Aries, this could be tied into the basic inner character and wants of the person. Now, if this is the moon in Aries at 29 degrees, the nature may be expressed more subconscious and emotional level. And if it's the moon, there may be perpetual emotional turmoil and dramatic events in the person's life. This could be something where also, given if it's at the moon at 29 degrees, this could signify perhaps an ending of some kind of maybe a situation with a prominent woman in the person's life. It could be the mother and perhaps other family members even. Now, let's say if this is 29 degrees Aries on the Ascendant, these qualities, they may be expressed very outwardly and blatantly. And there might be multiple physical issues, such as with the head and the face. Now, this may be also a supremely active and energetic person that might be really strongly impatient on issues with the physical body, and also the as far as their appearance goes. When someone has 29 degrees on an ascendant, I see this often where the person might continually be dissatisfied with their appearance, and they seem like no matter what modifications they make, no matter how hard they may work out vigorously or whatever they're trying to do to make their appearance better, they just might never be satisfied, because 29 degrees can be it's really going out there in terms of the energy connected with whatever astrological point it is at, whether it could be the ascendant, the sun, or the moon, or what have you. So it can give very distorted energy in whatever point astrologically it is hitting now, or connected with, I should say. Now, also too, I mean, I'll give one example I think is interesting. The former Toronto Mayor Rob Ford, of course, is deceased, had 29 degrees Aries rising, at least according to the astro theme chart that they had for him. Now, he had apparently coached high school football at one point, but he was let go after some argument, some issue with the player. And I mean, and also too, he had difficulties as mayor, largely attributed to what was presumably, I guess it was a crack cocaine issue. And I'm sure he was likely very combative, acerbic nature. And he was embroiled, it seemed like, with one controversy or scandal or what have you after another. Again, the 29 degrees can be a degree of upheaval and crisis. Now, also too, it's important also to look at the house this falls in, if this is the moon or the sun, because this could impact the delineation and interpretation to some degree. Now, let's say if someone has the moon or sun at 29 degrees Aries in the 5th house. Now, let's say the sun at 29 degrees Aries in the 5th house can reflect perhaps somebody dominated by their own personal interests, where those interests take such strong precedence, perhaps over children and romantic partners or lovers, and they could alienate those people as a result. And it could be somebody, I mean, the 5th house, of course, being a house of enjoyment, there could be such strong enjoyment of being a provocateur as well, I believe. Now, if it is the moon in the 5th house, this could be done on a more subconscious level and more about satisfying or gratifying the emotional needs. Now, also, too, it's important to look at the aspects that this makes, because if it makes predominantly, this 29th degree in Aries, if it makes predominantly good aspects, then naturally you could bring out very strong, inflated, powerful, positive energy connected with this degree. However, if it makes mainly adverse aspects, then the opposite may be true, and you may be bringing out a lot of the negative energy that is associated with this powerful degree. Now, let's say it may, some examples, let's say, for example, if it makes an adverse aspect to Mars in your natal chart, this could accentuate perhaps acrimonious situations with others on a very high level, given you have the 29th degree involved. Now, let's say another example. If this is in a sextile or trine to Saturn, it could give a little bit more discipline and less acerbic and angry outbursts, I would say. And another example of sextile or trine to the natal Venus, this could be more auspicious for relationships, and you wouldn't really be, it'd probably be a little bit less battles with people as a result, and be a little bit more inclined to have some more peaceful relationships with others as opposed to contentious ones. But again, that just would be a modifying influence. So, also, too, looking at this in predictive astrology, this could signify the end of a combative situation or battle, or maybe a leadership position. Let's say if the transit sun is at 29 degrees Aries in the 1st house, this could be perhaps the end of some identity crisis in some cases. If it's transiting, if you have 29, say the sun at 29 degrees Aries is transiting the 8th house, this could be perhaps the end or completion of some kind of psychological warfare, or maybe something connected with astrology or some other 8th house matter, where that battle may be coming to an end or a completion. So anyway, Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for 29 degrees Aries, and stay tuned. And I don't know if I stated it earlier, but that did apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, Ascendant, the 29 degrees Aries. So if I didn't say it earlier, sorry about that, I'm saying it now. Anyway, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for 29 degrees Aries. Stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about the 29th degree of Taurus. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.